Welcome back to Academic Reports in English. In previous lessons we have seen that organising our writing into clear stages is an important process. And luckily there are some common patterns in academic writing which can help us carry out this kind of organisation. In this lesson we will look at the first of two patterns, the problem-solution pattern. So let's get to it. The problem-solution pattern is common because much of research and academic writing is focused on identifying a problem and then suggesting ways to solve the problem or come up with a solution. There are several different stages in a problem-solution report, and these are very helpful in both carrying out research and organising your report about that research. We can use this pattern to ask questions that will help get ideas for research into a problem, that's brainstorming, and we can use the pattern to write about it. So let's look at these questions. A situation problem pattern can have 5 different stages: situation, problem, response, result, and evaluation. Each stage will have its own set of questions that can be asked. These can be about a problem in the past, in the present, or in the future. For the situation stage, we can ask, what is the situation and how did it start? For the problem stage, we can ask, what is the problem and why is it happening? Our response question can be, what can be done to solve the problem? For our results question, we can ask, what is the result? What different results could happen in the future? And what are the limits on each solution? And finally, for our evaluation questions, we can ask, what would be the best results? How would people feel about the results? And what are the positive and negative points about these results? Here we have a very simple example of a problem-solution pattern. Sentence number 1. Recently, the number of people living in rural areas in Japan has been decreasing. This is the situation. Sentence 2. This means that there are not enough young farmers to grow food. That's the problem. Sentence 3. One way to solve this problem has been to invite people who live in the city to work on the land on Saturday and Sunday. That's the response. And you can see that the phrase solve this problem points back to the problem in sentence 2. Sentence 4, as a result, the number of weekend farmers is growing. This, of course, is the result, and it's signalled by the phrase as a result. Finally, sentence 5, this has not solved the problem very quickly, but it is having positive results for both the people in the rural areas and the city people. The people in the rural areas have more people to help them grow food, and it's good for the people in the city because they have a healthy new hobby. This, of course, is the evaluation. There is a negative evaluation at first, not solve the problem quickly. And then there's a positive evaluation. It's having positive results for the people in the rural areas and the city people. So our 5-part pattern can be made much simpler, so that stages 1, the situation, and stage 2, the problem, can be combined into just the problem. And stages 3, the response, stage 4, the result, and stage 5, the evaluation, they can all be combined to become the solution. So our 5-part pattern becomes a 2-part pattern, problem-solution. In this case, of course, your report will have a much simpler organisation. For example, introduction, problem, solution, conclusion. This is very common in student reports because very often students can only identify a problem and suggest solutions. They can't evaluate the results because there may not be any results. A problem solution pattern may also be found as part of a bigger report, and this is the case with our model report on collaboration. So let's have a look at that. We can see from our simple example of problems in rural Japan how a whole academic report could be organised in this way. It's also possible that part of a report can have a problem solution pattern. Here you can see two paragraphs from our model academic report on collaboration, body paragraph 4 and body paragraph 5. If you look at body paragraph 4, you can see it's basically a set of problems, such as collaboration is not easy, there are a number of barriers, people are isolated, individuals are defensive, conflicts arise, the biggest barrier is many people do not grow up learning how to collaborate. So the whole paragraph of number 4 is a list of problems. And the next paragraph, 5, is trying to solve those problems with some suggestions. So what can be done to increase collaboration and overcome some of these barriers? So these are a list of solutions. There are many ways people can overcome isolation by using digital tools. Educational institutions can teach their students. Most importantly, young people need to see examples of successful collaboration. So here we have two paragraphs. 4 is a set of problems and 5 is a set of solutions that are embedded in a wider academic report. For each stage of the problem solution pattern, we can use particular words or phrases to signal the stage. Obviously, the word problem signals that there is a problem, but other words can be used, such as concern, difficulty, barrier, dilemma, or crisis. In responding to a problem, again, the word response or result can signal that stage. Other examples include come up with a plan, develop new ideas, manage, overcome. Finally, the evaluation stage can be signalled positively by words such as positive, effective, optimistic, successful, or it can be signalled negatively by words such as negative, ineffective, pessimistic, unsuccessful. When you come across a problem solution pattern, check out these words and see if you can include them in your reports as well. In this lesson, we have learned about a pattern that is useful to organise your academic report if you are writing about a problem. This is the problem solution pattern, which can have up to 5 stages. It's very useful to generate brainstorming and planning questions and as a way to organise your report. There is also vocabulary that can signal different stages of the pattern. Think about your own writing, and have you ever used a problem solution pattern? Do you think it would apply to your context? Do you think the stages would help you to organise your writing? In the next lesson, we'll look at another common pattern, the contrast and comparison pattern. See you there.